Hey out there, BookTube. It is Snowmageddon in January 2026, and I received a couple of book boxes this week that I haven't opened yet. I was going to wait until I had all of my book boxes. I have my Owlcrate Young Adult with Goodies box, and I think 2 Fairy Loot boxes on the way because my December one never made it, but I don't have those yet, and I'm impatient, and so I feel like opening the ones that I've got. So I have my Owlcrate Adult Fantasy Book Only box, and I have my Evernight, which is Illumicrate's horror book box, book only. This is a quarterly, so every 3 months I get a horror book from Illumicrate for this one, and then this is a monthly, the Adult Fantasy Owlcrate box. So I have these two guys. I am too impatient to wait to open them, so let's see what's in here. I'm going to start with the Illumicrate Evernight box because I got this one first and I have had it sitting here for a little bit, and first come first serve. So let's see what's in here. So we're gonna take if I can get it open. Lots of paper twiddlies. All right, so this quarters Evernight Illumicrate box is, we call them witches. Kind of cool. It's got like a, kind of almost looks like a skinwalker maybe on the cover. Let's open it up and see what the actual book looks like. There is a sprayed edge. So yeah, it's got, looks like maybe like little voodoo dolls or something hidden in leaves for the sprayed edge. It's pretty. And then inside the cover, got some people sitting around telling stories. Doesn't look like, nope, there's nothing on the inside, so there's no reverse dust jacket. Ooh, but the cover's really nice. I like the cover. Very Brian Froud Fairies-ish looking, except kind of darker. I like that. That is a cool cover. So yeah, so let's see what the blurb says. Blurb says, Britain 2 years after they came, most people have been devoured by eldritch creatures. Sarah and her family have been fighting for survival, and the only thing that works against these monsters, these witches, is their knowledge of folklore and pagan rituals. When a girl named Parsley suddenly appears in the garden of their current camp, she cannot remember where she came from or why she's there. As Sarah and Parsley begin to develop feelings for each other, disaster strikes, and Sarah's younger brother Noah is snatched by the witches. Determined to find him, they set out across desolate moors full of merciless terror to hunt the very creatures they've been hiding from. Can they succeed in saving Noah? Will Parsley and Sarah's burgeoning love survive these bloodthirsty witches? And who can Sarah trust in a world devoid of humanity? That sounds pretty cool. Definitely going to add it to my TBR. So We Call Them Witches by India Rose Bauer. Very neat. Pleased with that one. All right, so let's see what Owlcrate sent me for this month. This one is the adult fantasy book. Ooh. Try not to cut myself with my scissors as I open the box. Let's see what we got in here. Probably more paper twiddly. Oh, no paper twiddlies. Look at that, just the book. This one is Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. Maybe I pronounced that correctly. It's a pretty cover. The back just says, magic was a terrifying, awful thing. More Blue City on the back. Of course, the sprayed edge. So let's see what this looks like without ruining my book with the scissors. That would be great. All right, so pretty sprayed edge. And usually there is the reverse dust jacket on the inside with the character art. And then the cover is also very pretty. It's got the foiled cover with no shirt on the front cover. And inside the front cover, and what's on the back cover? A little more tame inside the back cover there. And this blurby blurb says, "Love is the most dangerous magic. As a sculptress, Ravina Maffei is always shaped beauty from stone, but she has a terrible secret. Desperate to save her brother, she enters a competition hosted by Florence's most feared immortal family, revealing a dark power in a city where magic is forbidden. Now a captive in the cutthroat city, Ravina is forced into a dangerous task where failure means certain death at the hands of Saturnino de Lunae, the immortal family's mesmerizing but merciless heir. But as he draws her closer, Ravina realizes the true threat lies beyond Florence's walls. The Pope's war against magic is closing in, and Ravina is no longer just a prisoner, but a prize to be claimed. As trusting the wrong person becomes lethal, Ravina must survive the treacherous line between the Pope's obsession and the seductive immortal who might be the end of her, or surrender her power to a city on the brink of war." Sounds a little bit like The Familiar by, is that Bardugo? I think so, Lee Bardugo. Sounds a little bit up that alley. I mean, obviously not quite the same, but like that immortal with like, you know, trying to impress like a royal with a magical skill. So yeah, interested in this one. This one is probably further down my list actually than the horror book, surprisingly. But they both look interesting. So Evernight from Illumicrate, quarterly horror book box. We call them witches. And then this month's Owlcrate adult fantasy book, Graceless Heart. So those were my 2 book boxes, and I'll see you in the next unboxing video, hopefully soon, with my January Owlcrate young adult with goodies box, and then also whenever shipping works for the fairy loot boxes for December and January, I will have those as well, and I'll probably do those in the same video. But thanks for joining me for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.